Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining today. Today I just wanted to do a training update on my preparing for the Badger 100 that starts in Orangeville, Illinois and ends in Belleville, Wisconsin starting on August 3rd. I said I would make this a regular series, planning to put out videos every week or two. It's been 3 weeks, so I'm reporting on weeks 7, 8, and 9. There was some good, and really my training was pretty down as far as volume, so I'm definitely going to have to ramp it up the last 8 weeks. But just wanted to give you an update. I started out the week ending May 19th. I started out kind of slow. On Monday I walked 1.4 miles. Tuesday I totally had the day off. Wednesday I ran 6.3 miles and I did an uphill treadmill hike of 3 miles. That was a pretty good day. Thursday I ended up running 6.2 and walking 1.5. I really felt ready for a long run, but I was a little concerned. I was volunteering on that Friday to help set up Possum's Revenge Trail Race out in Possum Kingdom Lake, about an hour 15 minutes away from me or so, I think. So I never know when I'm volunteering what I'm going to get into, whether I'm going to end up marking 15 miles of trail or if I'm just totally going to be helping set up. So I didn't want to do anything real long on Thursday. So I drove out on Friday, and they had actually already marked the trail, but I went into a section that I verified the markings. There were a couple trees down that I had to move. I only walked about 3.6 miles, but then I helped a lot setting up aid stations and prepping the course. I mean, prepping the aid stations for the race. I was out there all day and it was kind of hot, but mileage wise it was not really that great. I got home, I walked 2.5 more miles. On Sunday I ran 5.1 miles. I walked 1.8 miles, so my weekly total was just a run of 21.1 and a walk of 10.2. So the following week, on ending May 28th, on that Tuesday I went out and did an 11.9 mile run. Really happy with that because it was very humid and pretty hot. Wednesday I did 7.1 mile run and walked 2.5 miles. No, walked 1.2 miles. Thursday I just went and did a 2.5 mile walk. I wanted to recover a little bit from the days prior. Friday we flew out of town. Part of the reason I had a down week is we went on vacation. We went up to Minnesota. My son is working at the Boy Scout camp on the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota this summer, so we went up to visit him. We flew out early Friday morning, got there Friday and checked into our hotel in the afternoon. I was able to walk 2.5 miles. Actually, we didn't check it. We drove. It was about a 4.5 hour drive from Minneapolis up to Ely, Minnesota to see my son. We spent some time with him on that Friday and then checked into a hotel in Ely. I did get about 2.5 miles of walking in. On that Saturday, we were going to drive to the condo we were staying in, which was about 3.5 hours away. But I did manage. We did get on the Cowiche Trail that went to a big waterfall, and that hike was just a little under a mile, so that's really all I did on Saturday. Trail called Cowiche Falls. I'm probably saying it wrong, but here we go.
Look at this one. Look at this rock with roots.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Tree growing on top of the rock.
So cool.
Very interesting. On Sunday, I walked 3.7 miles, and I did get out for my first run up in Minnesota. It was about 4.5 miles, but it was beautiful in that it was nice and cool. The highs, as opposed to here, we're getting to around 90 every day, and we've had storms the last week in North Texas that were really bad. We came home to a tree blown over in our backyard, and anyway, the storms were bad. There were tornadoes that killed people and everything around us. But it was actually nice up in Minnesota. We were having mornings in the 40s, highs in the 60s to maybe low 70s. But I went out that day and having low humidity and temperatures in the probably 60s when I started. I just ran 4.5 miles and I really enjoyed it. I felt really good. Monday, I also went for a run. It was like a 5.1 miles. I walked 2.1.
I don't know if you can see if there's a beaver in there. Hi there, little horsey. How are you doing? I'm sorry I don't have any food. You sure are a cute little horse, though. You are. I don't have any food.
Tuesday I went out and I started out, I was going to do a threshold sort of session. I ran 2 miles hard and then realized I was a little tired, so I just walked 1.9 miles after that. Wednesday I went out and I did 6.1 miles, really enjoyed it. I did hill sprints at the end. That run went really well. I also went for a hike of 3.2 miles. We went to a state park, and it was beautiful.
So today we're at Lake Itasca State Park near Itasca, Minnesota. We're going to go see the headwaters for the Mississippi River. But right now we have stopped at a, what's it called? The Peace Pipe Scenic Overlook.
And I'm gonna take a guess, but I think peace pipe is the white flower with the lily leaves that I keep seeing. I think. But let's read geology. Oh, this is about geology.
Yeah, this doesn't say that.
But I think a peace pipe is a flower.
That looks like the pit flower in the picture.
It does.
So we think that's a peace pipe flower.
That's Mom's guess. Oh,
A mile and a half to the lodge that way, or 3/4 of a mile to the campground that way.
was the Ballard Lodge where we just were? Or no,
Ballard Trail Lodge is where we were.
okay. Oh, beautiful.
So we are at Mary Gibbs Mississippi Headwater Center. The signs say we're 800 feet from the headwaters, the beginning of the Mississippi. The Mississippi starts and then it goes on over 2,500 miles till it gets to the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so this is Lake Itasca, which is supposedly the feeding starting point of the Mississippi River.
Oh, the Mississippi starts almost 1,500 feet above the ocean. That's pretty neato.
We got the sign that says here at 1,475 feet above the ocean, the mighty Mississippi begins to flow on its winding way, 2,552 miles to the Gulf of Mexico. And here you'll see the water coming out of the lake and going into the river, which is the beginning of the Mississippi.
Dad next to the tree. You see how huge it is?
It's a big tree.
right next to it, and you can just see how huge this one is.
I'll have a video on that one. On the Thursday, I got up and I actually thought I was going to go for a run. I knew I was going to have trouble running on Friday and Saturday because we were going to drive back 4 hours to see my son on Friday and spend the day with him, and then Saturday we were going to be traveling home. But I got up that Thursday and I just felt tired, so my wife and I went for a 2.4 mile walk hike. And that Friday, sure enough, we drove. Early in the week, my wife had been a little sick, and but I felt fine. By Friday, it hit me. I was getting sick, even though she was feeling better. But we drove our 4 hours back to Ely, Minnesota. We ended up collecting my son, and we went and did ATV riding for half a day. It was a lot of fun. I wasn't feeling great, but we had a lot of fun. And when that was done, we took my son back up to his camp, which took us about an hour driving. We went to dinner with him, ended up driving to a hotel about an hour south of us, and then spent the night there. Got up Saturday morning, drove 3+ hours into Minneapolis, and then flew home. I did not feel like we got home, but there were some delays in the flights. Didn't get home till about 8 o'clock that night, so I definitely did not run on Saturday. Sunday I just wasn't still feeling well, so I didn't run. So it was a really down week. I only ran 13.2 miles. I walked 9.5, but I did really enjoy the trip to Minnesota in the cooler weather. Just not a lot of training. So I'm going to have to ramp things up starting this week. Today's Monday. I'm starting to feel a little better. My nose isn't running all the time, but I'm still feeling a little tired. I'll be going to work this afternoon at the running store. I may run a few miles afterwards, but hopefully pick it up really again tomorrow on Tuesday. This week, I do have the Trinity 5000, the first week of that 5K series I'm going to do this summer. That starts on Thursday evening, so I should enjoy that. I'll probably run pretty slow because I haven't been running a lot. And then Saturday, I'm signed up for a 25K. It is the Coyote Run. It's actually going to be out in Cleburne. Instead of using Cleburne State Park where Coyote Run is normally done, they had to cancel it back in March. So this is going to be run at the 60 Ranch, which is next door. It's kind of a makeup race, but I'm just really looking forward to getting out on the trails. And I do enjoy that course, so I'm running a 25K. So I'll have a couple races this week. Neither one will probably be very fast, but I am definitely going to have to ramp up the miles getting ready. I'm going to have to up my volume quite a bit over the next 8 weeks. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in any more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful week. And keep moving!